we are going to take the side of a crate, a window pane, and snow guards and make a display case. Yeah, a window pane, the side of a crate, and some snow guards. Sure. In case you're not familiar, that's what a snow guard is. It's up on a metal roof. All right, then, let's do this. All right, we start by taking the picture frame, placing it on our worktop. See the little chain that's part of the window pane? Yeah, that chain there, those old type windows with the offset. We're going to leave one of the chains on there just because, keep it real. I mean, it's a cheap enough investment for a little palm sander, and if you're going to be doing a lot of woodworking stuff, it'll pay off to have one. Might as well. We use the palm sander because it's a lot easier to just do it, with a little electrical equipment. Yeah, sand the floors. No, it's okay. You can do it manually if you want and take hours and hours. Yeah, me either. So we sand it using the palm sander, trying to get it nice and smooth. We'll see what this does as far as removing any of the old paint, because it's an old window pane. Can flip it over, going to do the other side. Now this side, you can really see what the palm sander is doing. It's taken off, decades of dirt. Ew. But it looks a lot nicer, when you get down to the original wood. Because, you can't beat natural wood. Unfortunately, you might not be able to match the sides. All right, now we're going to take off the little window closer lock thing. I have no idea what that's officially called, but let's call it a window lock, because we want to sand underneath there. We want to sand that whole row. It'll make it easier. Plus, we'll eventually be cleaning the window lock. That makes it easier to do it if it's removed as well. It's only 2 little screws. And sand away. Nice and smooth. All right, when it comes to that paint, we're going to use some paint stripper. You can pour it into a little bucket, or you just pour it directly onto the product, and you want to start spreading that around, because what this does is everywhere that it touches, it starts to eat away at the paint, and obviously if it's not touching it, it's not going to do anything to the paint. So you want to spread that around nice and evenly. Don't get it on your clothes. This is what happens if you get it on your clothes. But anyway, so spread it around, and eventually you give it I think it says 10 minutes. It says it on the can, and depending on which brand you buy, you use a little putty knife to start scraping it away, and you can start to see the original wood underneath. Nice and up close. Notice how many layers of paint were on this thing. And I'm thinking, boy, this is really going to take a while. Yay! Okay, so I took the crate and put it down and put the window frame on top of it, because that's what we want to cut the crate to match. And you're obviously going to have the front being the window pane and the back being the crate. And I didn't videotape me actually cutting the wood, but you get the idea. But use the pane as your measurement and cut on the inside of those lines to make it a little smaller. Now we get to the snow guards, and you see that nice right angle that's going to work great for a shelf. As it turns out, you can buy these in 4-foot lengths, which makes it easier for you to get it home. I don't know if I would want these shipped to me, because once they're bent in any way, shape, or form, you're not getting that bend out. But at this point, you see me measuring this, mark to see how long we want. In this case, it turned out to be 37 1/4 of an inch. And here's my attempt at trying to figure out how exactly am I going to mark this thing with it sticking up. And it's not flat like a regular piece of wood. And I didn't think that anything else would work for me, so I tried this. Uh, very, very slowly, making one mark and then trying to flip around the speed square. And oh, can I use this side? And it's unfortunately a lot darker in my work area than I'd like. But, I'm working in my basement. What are you going to do? Marked up there. Let's see. Okay, yeah, looks like I got that marked. Now this side. And, oh, by the way, who happens to be streaming music from this channel in the background? Do you see it? Do you see it streaming? There, oh, there it is. Oh, I gave you a clue. All right. So anyway, I kept messing around with the speed square to try to make my marks. And there's a final mark. Okay, good. Because, that's what you're trying to mark. I mean, what else is it going to do? Anyway, okay, now the super fun part of let's use a hacksaw to cut it because I've got nothing else that will actually cut metal other than tin snips, and wasn't sure how well that was going to do. So I started trying to use the hacksaw like this, and it's not exactly easy, but I'll tell you what, look at that. Look at my arm afterwards, huh? Look at that. Oh, that's not me. Anyway, okay, so I ended up with 8 of these. I'm only showing you 2 of them because, the others are stacked behind me, nice and tall. Okay, back to the crate. Remember I told you I cut the crate. All right, so that's the back of it, and this is the front of it. And I'm going to paint it with a primer. Well, why would you paint something that you're not even going to see? Well, you might see it in between the cracks, and besides, I think adding paint kind of helps to add to the life of the wood. I did not paint the back because I don't want that rubbing on somebody's wall. But oh, look at how I painted that. All right, now primer onto the window pane, and just start slapping it on there because it's primer. Yeah, sorry, sometimes I forget to video, but I use 2x4s to make the frame, put it together. Yay. Okay, all the window closer, I said I took it off, used a little soap and water, got a little bit better, but then when I used the metal cleaner, bing, oh, so pretty. Oh, shiny. All right, I made the light brown by using the beige and then added black to it and painted. The only real tip here is try to paint with the grain. It helps to get into those little nooks and crannies. Not sure why the camera is popping out. Anyway, okay. When painting window frames, I splash the paint on the glass because then you just take a little straight edge. And these are cheap. They're easy to get. They probably have them at the dollar store. But, get in there to dig off the extra paint. You end up with like little flaky things, and you can use an old toothbrush, use your spouse's toothbrush, use your whatever, but that makes it into a little pile. Here's a little better view of it. See, oh, look at those little chunks. Oh, there you go. See, getting some gunk off in the window as well. This works with glass. I wouldn't do it with any other surface, but when it comes to glass and the caulking and everything, you want to paint your windows, don't tape it off, just slap that paint on there. You can scrape it off later. Yeah, it's going to be a little messy, but when it's dry like this, it'll vacuum up. Anyway, there we go. Brushy, brushy. Oh, so smooth. Next. There we go. Okay, thank you. Oh, yeah. To attach the 2x4s, I am a big fan of pre-drill. Take a smaller drill bit, a drill bit that is smaller than the screws you're going to use, and pre-drill so that your wood doesn't split. I'm videotaping just a couple of pre-drill, you get the idea. Okay, we're going to attach the back to the frame. Oh, and then paint it because I didn't take a picture. Didn't take a picture, but there it is. Oh, look, it's all painted that brown. Does it kind of look peanut butterish color? I don't know. That's what he said to shoot for. That's what I went with. Oh, here we go. Snow guards. There's 8 of them. And line them up. Look at that. We're getting close. Don't you get excited when the project's like almost done? Okay, anyway. Tape measure to measure where the center is on all these pieces, and then gonna mark it, and a little mark there. And we're gonna use a hammer, and I'm not sure what this is, a punch, I don't know, but we're gonna tap them. Come on, tap, there you go, tap the metal so that when we go to drill it, zoom, 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 you don't want it all sliding all over the place. All right, here's for real. Here's a good tip. When you're drilling, put down some cardboard. See that big fat cardboard? That way, whenever you go to drill through and you punch through, you're not drilling into your top. You're drilling into the cardboard. Look at all the little tiny holes. See all them little tiny holes? Yeah, all these little tiny holes. All the times I've done it before. I'm not going to show you drilling. Look at all the holes. Oh, look at the holes. Almost kind of mostly centered, mostly. Oh, got them all attached in the middles. Which look, oh, left side, right side, left side, strong side. Okay, put the glass on top and pre-drilled the holes for the hinges, and that one's a must. Definitely pre-drill these holes. You don't want to get this close. Oh, here we go. Does it open? Does it? Does it? Look at that. Ah, what is that? Get that guy out of there. Do not. Hey, there you go, Fonzie. Oh, we attached it back on too. Real deal, the result. Look, it's a shelf. That was my favorite Matchbox car as a kid, by the way. Yes, I still have it. Shut up. Anyway, look at that wonderful looking case. Wait, don't you have more than... Surely... What? Oh, thank you, thank you. Anyway, if you think this video is really horrible, please subscribe and like and blah, 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 and tell your cousins. Okay, love you.